welcome to FNC. My name's Alannah and this is a very special de-stress episode of our very special guests. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Rahul. I'm the Digital Media Officer on the Heads Up Committee.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm the Education Executive Officer.
Hi, I'm Em and I'm the Full Care Culture.
Woo! So I thought we'd start this episode just chatting about stuff that's happened in the week, and one big topic of conversation is, for some reason, Harry and Meghan. So I was wondering what your guys' opinions on that are.
So I'm going to name drop here a little bit. So when I met Harry and Meghan...
What?
I know, right?
Do you want to go into that first and then describe your opinion?
So last year they came to campus because Harry's a patron of Coach Core, or was a patron of the Coach Core Awards, I don't know. But one of his roles was it's something he's really passionate about. So Coach Core is a charity that got kids who came from rough backgrounds or underprivileged and gave them an opportunity in sport to become officials. Oh. And they had the awards on the campus last year. Yeah. So Harry and Meghan came to present the awards and sort of check out how everybody was doing. And I was invited to be part of the lineup. So the mayor was there, the Sheriff of Nottingham, which is a real thing. She's a very nice lady. She was all there, and then obviously the Vice Chancellor was there. So I was part of the lineup and I got to have a little conversation with him. It was great. He's a lot taller than you think he is. And we had banter about being married. I'm not married, but I panicked and didn't know what to say.
So wait, you told Harry you were married?
No, I was like, how's married life? And he said, bruh, bruh, bruh. And I was like, and that's all already managed. And so when this happened, I was like, they're very, very down to earth people, and that's what they want to be. They want to be people. And there's this whole anti-monarchy thing going on at the moment. Everybody's talking about, do we really need it? And this isn't the worst thing in the world. They want to take a step back. He's done what is best for him and his family.
I think people should just leave them alone. I know it sounds very simple or like very basic, but I genuinely, like, every single time I open the news, I don't open the news, every single time I look, people just bash them in like on social media, and it gets so annoying. Like, I saw this thing the other day. Basically, they were walking their kid, Archie, I think? Yes. And literally, I don't know what Meghan was doing, but apparently, according to the internet, she was now holding Archie, right? And I literally saw that everywhere. And I was like, can you just can you give them a break? Like, why do you always have to be so aggressive about them? I don't know why they keep being portrayed in such a bad light, when clearly they're not. Like, as Rahul said, like, I don't know them, I've not met them, but they do seem like quite down-to-earth people. Yeah. And they do so many, like, they try to do as many charitable things as they can. So what's the problem? Wow, where's all this hate coming from? I really don't like cancel culture, and I feel like this is what's happening with them right now. And it's just disheartening to see that.
I just think it's like a you do you thing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not really. I know people keep having their opinions about where the funding's coming from, but I think they're taking actions, and like, none of us really know what it's like to be born into a job. Like, Harry was born into it, and he's trying to get out of it. He's not just leaving forever. Like, he's still going to do the good things he does as well. Like, he still wants to make a positive difference. But I think fair enough if you want a career change, no one's going to judge me or you for a career change. If he wants to bye, then fair enough.
Yeah. And I think it's because, I mean, Meghan Markle, she's been really badly attacked and portrayed in the media for so many different reasons. But she's a very accomplished woman in her own right. Yeah. So besides the successful career as an actress, she worked overseas in Canada in the embassy. So she's incredibly accomplished, and she has so many achievements in her own right. And I don't understand why, just because she's married into a family where she's supposed to take on a specific role, which, I mean, this is 2020. To not tell women you need to play a certain part in society. We're very, very much past that. So she wants to go back to somewhere she knows for her family, and Harry's very supportive of that. Leave them be. Like, you do you. You know?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of debate on Twitter as to whether or not it is racism, which is quite an interesting take.
Yeah, I think
lots of people, let's be honest, white people saying it's not racist. Yes. So I just think it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and I think, take the media with a pinch of salt every day of the week, but there's so many comparative images, for example, where Meghan was pregnant, and they were like, oh, she's like holding her bump in a specific way, is she nervous? And then
Yeah.
they showed pictures of Kate doing the same thing, but it was all very supportive.
Yeah, so this week was Keep Calm Week here at LSU, where Anna and Matt Youngs, who was away this week, organised some things. Do you want to go through that a little bit?
Yeah, so we've had a fantastic week, to be honest. I think it went so well. I had a lot of support from my subs. Even though Matt was not here, I kind of spearheaded the project for the week. We tried to listen to the students a bit more and to put on events that would benefit them, whether it's a bit of de-stress or puppy petting or having a chill out zone, or actually providing them with resources. That's what we kind of tried to do throughout the week. So we had puppy petting Monday, Friday. It went great. We had over 500 students come both days, which was fantastic. Had a lot of dogs, very happy dogs, very tired dogs at the end of the days, but that's how you know it worked. For the first time, we've actually incorporated action within our Keep Calm Week. So we did dog walking for 3 of the days to make sure we give students kind of that chance to go away from the bubble for a bit. And we had projects filled out, so that was really good. And then I wanted to make this a bit more sub focused rather than just education and welfare, and to kind of stray away from the idea of having stalls. I think especially when you do them in the union, you kind of tend to catch the same people that come through or that know about the building. And I know it sounds like, for us being like really involved with the union, it sounds impossible not to know about it, but there's so many students that genuinely do not know. So what we've done is we, over the 3 days, we handed out goodie bags on campus. We've been literally in every single study space that we have on campus, and it was so good because I could see the subs being so proud and so happy, and literally everybody would go up and be like, oh, hi, I'm from the LSU, I'm one of your subs, and I really want to wish you good luck, like, you've got this sort of behavior. So it's really good. It was like, and everybody had like an afterglow, and it was good. We had a really good week. Those were like the main events. But then we had a mindfulness session with the chaplains. Peer support also had like a revision study cafe where students just revised together at the same time and then took breaks. And generally speaking, like, it was really, really good.
Did any of you go puppy petting?
I didn't go specifically, but just because I'm in the building most days anyway, and I know a lot of the staff members who have dogs, it's very hard not to miss them, and you can be a bit cheeky and be like, stop them for a chat while cuddling a puppy. So, you know, perks.
I love the big one. What's he called?
Buddy.
Dan's dog. Oh, this dog's huge. He's so cute. What about you, Em?
I was too busy munching on the jelly that you gave us in the library. I made the most of those goodie bags.
Quite controversial jelly, we have to say, in the media office earlier.
Yeah.
10 calories. What was it? Is this the 10 calorie jelly?
It was more the fact that it didn't come with a spoon, so people were stumped about how to eat
Drink
it.
it.
So I
You were like, duh.
You'd think so.
I said that the first day when I started packing the goodie bags, I was like, we do not have any spoons. But then we packed 500 goodie bags, and to like get all that ready for by the time we were doing it, I just thought students could be inventive with it if they wanted to. And a lot of times like students do pack lunch or pack food, so I was like, they're gonna be fine.
And also, it's a fun revision break. How do you eat your jelly?
How do you like yeah, that's true.
How do you like your jelly?
Well, someone in the action office earlier was like licking it out.
Yeah, it did cause some
So
cases
funny.
of innuendo.
And some people were a bit mad they didn't have a Lotus Biscuit.
I'm really sorry, yeah, I know.
It's okay, I think
We did what we could.
I think they might have got over it eventually, but just one of those things.
But I think overall people were happy
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
We
definitely.
do, so what I think we could do
It's good
next
awareness.
to make it better, like I really want to change it to a sub-project rather than having it focused within education and welfare, because realistically, seeing the whole team so happy and so proud to be proud of this campaign made such a big impact. We've also like truly liaised with the university on this one, so we opened all cafeterias around campus were open for longer. We tried to really push students toward using facilities that are designated for them. So we just launched the new PC and software tool availability software they have online. It's been so useful, and because it's dynamic, so compared to what they had in the past, it actually works. And we asked the library, and apparently because we pushed it, the university pushed it, and I got it to be on Learn as well, the library was a bit more manageable. So clearly we're making changes here and there. So it's been good. I really want to make it like a full sub project next term. and get the university a bit more involved in it, because I think we can invest into it and make it a bigger thing. Rather than having it for a week, perhaps we could like look at how to do
Yeah, that'd be
it
good.
throughout exams. Yeah.
I didn't realise how big the library is.
It's enormous, isn't
No,
it?
because Stu was like, can you meet me on the C stairwell? And I was like, I didn't know there was a C or B stairwell, to be honest. I only knew there was an A1. Oh, yeah.
Go for a bit of an explore.
Well, I had to. I like to explore places to go to the toilet, so it was nice to...
Found out floor 1 has like half the floors missing because of the archive
Mhm.
side. Didn't know that.
Mhm.
Baffled me. Wonderful discovery.
Wonderful experience.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is, I
Got
think
excited.
when you need a break, you do tend to go on a wander, and it's like a
Yeah.
little bit of an exploration.
Yeah, it can be quite. I'm going to say scary. It can be quite scary because when you go in and you're in that kind of revision mindset, and you haven't perhaps taken as good care of yourself as you should have done, and you go into the stacks and you roughly know where your book is, but you're not quite sure. It all starts to look the same,
Yeah.
True.
and you're just wandering around going, and all you're looking for is one book on one shelf, and you know the code and everything, and you just get lost and cry.
Yeah.
That never happened to me, but it happened to a person I knew.
Friend.
I
Friend.
struggle because I'm quite small, and I know they have little stacky things,
yeah.
but you're always there like, oh gosh.
It can be daunting, can't it?
No, but yeah, it is.
That's why you can ask one of your librarians, apart from when they're not there.
Well, I'm always there at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. I had a thing where, because this was the first time this year I had to go and actively get something out of the library for this revision period, and I went to go to the self-checkout, and it just said to me, it said not allowed to borrow, and I was like, this is a great start to my exams. And the library just told me I'm just not allowed any books. It's because they hadn't taken something off my account from previous years or something, because I was still on leave of absence, so I had to go manually to get them to cancel it, to then go back and check out my book. So I was like, this is not a great start, but I'm going to
But you
keep
got
going.
there. You got there.
I think I own one
Oh, do you know?
You have a fine.
here.
You ready?
I've got like a 30 quid fine.
You cannot graduate unless you pay your fines at the library.
I know.
Really?
For real. Like, they will not let you graduate.
I've still got a fine from Unite, and they threatened to not let me graduate. I've not graduated for a while yet, so...
Oh, can you imagine if I managed to make it to the end of this year and they
They're
don't let
like,
me graduate
"No."
because I have a library fine? But, Mum, can I borrow 30 quid? And I've got a book fine.
That'd be good for me.
On other topics, we asked, on the LSU Media Instagram earlier this week, we asked how you guys procrastinate. So we were going to give you revision tips, but let's be honest, that's quite boring. So we thought, what's an effective way that students procrastinate? And this is what you came up with. So our very own Rahul said, quite a mature answer, he watches QI.
So that's code for I'm old and I watch QI and BBC iPlayer.
Love that.
We have Ellen, who's currently on placement in Wales. She likes to bake. That's so homely. She likes to bake and make jam, which is so cute.
Yeah.
Organising paperwork. Netflix is a classic. Ex-Medio Jazz says she likes to take and edit photos. Next slide. Thank you. Daydreaming, very popular one. Amy Woodyard likes to take part in LSU Media. What a name drop. Score a few social media. I was wondering, how do you guys procrastinate? Bear in mind, I've been with Emily when she procrastinates and she's very good at it. How do you guys do it?
Damn. Congratulations on
Thanks, I've got many
an
methods.
achievement.
Alright, but go on. That would be a procrastination method in itself.
Love that.
How do you
Ambitious.
procrastinate?
I watch QI.
Oh yeah, you've said.
True.
Anna, how do you procrastinate?
Have you? So I proactively procrastinate, which means I will do something else that makes me feel good because I'm doing something.
You're replacing one work with a different work, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Right.
sort of. So I'm avoiding what I should be prioritizing by doing other things. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? So yeah, things like house
That's
chores.
procrastination.
Yes, it is, but proactive procrastination though.
Is procrastination ever proactive?
Well, I would argue it is because I still like tick things off my list, just not the ones that I should be
That you should be
focusing on,
doing,
do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my technique.
I feel really bad because that's Sophia Ascona doing the house chores and she's my housemate.
I didn't know that.
Shade.
Sorry, Sophia. I mean, I don't even know where most of my dishes are because I have long periods where I don't cook for myself. I like get takeout, which is bad. Don't do that. But like some of my plates have like gone missing and stuff, so it's not like I have things to wash up anyway. So on behalf of me and anybody else, sorry, Sophia.
My housemate, I don't mean to call him out, Nathan. I was so cheeky the other day. He put on his Snapchat eating his cereal out of Tupperware. because there was no bowls, and I was just like, Nathan, do the washing up. Like, literally.
Ow.
My house is a tip. How do you procrastinate,
Sometimes I like to write checklists and not do them.
That's a good
a
one.
lot of checklists. YouTube videos, specifically at the moment, the mystery of flight, something, like really
Do like
really
YouTube
strange
video.
things, like
Yeah.
true
get
crime
you.
stuff. Don't know why.
I've been really
Cool.
into Super Nanny lately.
Yeah,
Little Super Nanny
will
clips.
come up. Love it. Wonderful.
Do you watch like whole episodes or like clips
No,
of
no,
best
clips.
bits?
The
Right.
trick is clips, because you feel like you're being productive.
I started watching
Okay.
Chicago PD in 10-minute segments the other day.
I do that with the medical program. It's bad.
Okay.
Oh my god, I just binge. Oh my god.
Tick-
The
yeah.
second I start on a series, is game over. Like I will sit there and
TikTok.
oh no, don't.
That was one
So-
I didn't manage to get it on. Someone said, I was very sad about this. They said they watch TikToks because I was the time of Vine, so
See, this is why I watch it now, because some of them give me Vine vibes.
I think a lot of them, most of them are
Most
Vine
of
vibes.
I
And
do
then-
that too, to be honest. Like I can spend hours, like genuinely hours on
Mhm.
TikTok, because it's just like, it just goes. Time just flies by when you're having fun.
It will be deleted. It's
No.
been deleted a couple times. I've
Have
had
you
to-
actually tried? Oh,
you
I've
make
had
them
to.
though, don't you? Don't Full Cake makes them.
If I've got something, I will post it. That has to be
Good.
good.
Mm-hmm,
I wouldn't necessarily associate it to Full Cake. They're not as bad as Harry French's one.
Oh,
Definitely controversial now.
But yeah, I think ours are more original. There's a few people I've found a few people in Full Cake that have them, and I like it. I like where it's going, as long as they're not crap.
Somebody explain TikTok to me.
Quick, snappy videos that are funny and you can relate to. So
That's
Vine.
ev-
It's
that's
literally
all
Vine,
social media.
Vine, yeah, that's true.
there should be a media segment just explaining things to Rahul that he doesn't understand.
It's too.
Legitimately, please, somebody do that. I feel like most of the world's just passing me by, and I'm
I'll
just
show you some. Like, should we
I
show
s- We're not going to sit here showing me TikToks, are you?
It would be. You're supposed to be going out
you-
tonight.
Next time we see Rahul, he's just gonna be like, renegade.
Because I know. So this is okay. This is oh wow.
Oh no.
So my exposure to TikTok has been watching celebrities I follow,
Mm-hmm.
but being TikToks with their kids.
Yes.
But that's my level now.
It's-
I'm now following celebrities who already have kids who have TikToks and are in the back of them being awkward parents.
Yes, because they have
Oh,
like,
that's
there's one of
cute.
them like, the celebrity check. A relative, it's a
Oh.
famous relative check.
Right.
Famous relative check, and then you film yourself with famous.
So to me, it's because I'm like Vine generation.
Me too.
It sounds like Vines.
It's literally
Yeah,
fine.
and it's also there's a lot more scope of it, so you can be more creative.
It's longer as well. So it's not just 6 seconds.
What,
Vine used to be
what
6
makes it more
seconds.
creative though? Like, what can you do to it?
You
What's
can put filters on, like, it's easier to like, I think it's easier to...
so it's like Vine and Instagram had a baby,
No,
and they
it's
called
like
it
Vine
TikTok.
and Musically had a baby. Because
Musically?
It used to be
Ooh,
Musically.
that's a
I've never
throwback.
I've never vibed with that one.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one is more of my jam.
Okay, I must check it out. This is what the youth are into.
Yes.
I don't care. I'm only here for 6 more months. Screw it.
Go for it. It's
Yeah,
actually
it's
kind
good. But I'm slightly it's a guilty pleasure.
It is a
It's
guilty
a guilty pleasure.
Oh dear. You mentioned halls earlier. I was thinking, what do you think of certain halls refreshers themes? We'll go with Clap. Claudia Parsons, not Clap. Although they have called what they call it, Orange is the New Clap. Which, yeah, what do you think?
I don't really. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the idea of refreshers themes in itself. I just seems a bit forced. Like I don't understand. Like we've put a few themes on nights out, but at this point everyone kind of knows each other.
I think it's also like, I feel like refreshers should be a time when people like try to get together as a collective,
Yeah.
rather, because like when it's freshers, that's fine. Like halls should be autonomous, like should have their own themes, should identify.
Mhm.
Like students should be able to identify their halls in the beginning of the year, right? But then in refreshers, a lot of them would have probably made friends from other halls, from
Yeah.
other places and things like that. Like, what's the point anymore? You are less likely to only vibe with your hall than you are to have met other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it should be like a general, let's do refreshers together
Yeah.
and let's have fun rather than individual themes and stuff. But I mean, it
can be quite creative. I
yeah,
think some of
it's a
them.
good opportunity for for people to start working on things again, like committees and stuff.
I was saying because you've got committees who are coming in who've only
Yeah,
been
Yeah, it's
voted in
lead
from
up to
November.
Hustings, isn't it? Hustings in February. Yeah, good point. That's when we elect our new hall chairs. Are you sad to come off?
Yeah.
You look ecstatic.
So sad.
Yes.
It's going to be a rough 18 days for me until I come off. I've really enjoyed it, but I think it's time for someone else. I remember when I first came on, and I was so excited to like get stuff done, like do new things, and I just can't wait for the next person to come on, and then they'll be ready to kind of like have their go at it. And also because we've already changed over half the committee.
Yeah.
Like when they're fully together, it's really nice to see them kind of turn into their own group and do what they want to do with it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice, yeah.
That's wholesome.
Love you.
That's so cute. That was our weekly FNC. I've been Alannah. These have been my wonderful guests. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. I like the 10 o'clock news.
Cool.